Madhuvanti, I asked you a simple question. I asked you what this exercise has actually ended up achieving. You say that you're making fun of it, that everyone in Tamil Nadu politics is an expert at theatrics. I take all of that. But I want to ask you what this has achieved. You're saying this is not for attention. But what has it actually practically achieved? Except
it has achieved
except making him the big story of the day.
No. It has achieved a lot of youth. Lot of students have started waking up to seeing exactly what happened. Sometimes you need a little bit of exaggeration to make people who are acting as though they are sleeping, you need to throw hot water on their faces sometimes to wake them up. And this is what Mr. Annamalai has done. He's not done it to gather attention for himself, but he's done it to pour hot water on the incident, to gather attention about the incident that has occurred, because a repeat offender gets free access and royal entry into Anna University, and the FIR gets leaked because of a technical glitch. I mean, where is this headed in Tamil Nadu? You're talking about it, you're debating about it, so he's achieved what he wanted to achieve.
Dr. Narayan Lakshman, maybe that was the idea, to get to the headlines, to become the big story. But here, Madhuvanti ji is saying, look, Annamalai doesn't need to whip himself 6 times or 8 times to get attention. Is this about attention? Is this about atonement? Is he making it personal? Is it about not getting that cabinet berth? What is this about? Just put it in journalistic perspective for us.
Well, Shreya, I think it's you could buy this argument that it was about Tamil culture. And by the way, I'm very aware of it myself. And yes, it does happen sometimes. The small giveaway which reveals intentions more than anything else is the fact that it was done in front of a vast cohort of TV cameras. If you are truly penitent and truly deeply into Tamil culture of self-flagellation, you go quietly to a Murugan Kovil somewhere or in the privacy of your home and do it. And you can talk about it later. This drama of a supporter counting the 6 and then coming to hug him to stop the 7th, and that just reeks of publicity hunger. And you have set the context very well in introducing this story. Obviously, Mr. Annamalai was denied a berth in the ministry, in the government. And after their performance in the election, his very survival as a political entity is in question. I'm not saying they've made no progress. Of course, I recognize that vote share went up of the BJP and its allies. But they have a long way to go, and it was a very big disappointment to come away with the number 0. So I think this is a man and a leader and a political party in Tamil Nadu which is facing a near existential crisis. And of course, it's a very deep-pocketed party, so you can expect funding, you can expect support through whatever central agencies do these days to help their masters. All of those things will continue to happen and play in the BJP's favor in Tamil Nadu, but they still remain a bit player. They will, therefore, resort to, as Ms. Madhuvanti put it correctly, theatrics. And the fact of theatrics is just revealed by the fact of TV cameras being there to record it as if it was a sort of a Rajinikanth film unfolding before our eyes.
I just quickly want to get Mr. Jain in. And Mr. Jain, in case you're wondering why you are in this discussion, you're in this discussion simply because you yourself are a retired IPS officer. And the man we are seeing on our screens also is a retired IPS officer, someone who took voluntary retirement to join politics. Good on him. But when as an IPS officer, you see him doing what he is doing, do you look at it merely as part of Tamil culture, or do you look at it maybe with some other eyes?
Good evening, Shreya. Thank you very much for inviting me here. Yes, Mr. Annamalai is an IPS officer who's taken voluntary retirement. See, I see him as a leader now. Now, as a leader, he is only trying to draw attention to the incident. And this is a novel way of protest. If you ask me, anybody outside till the time, one of the panelists explained it to me that this is a part of the Tamil culture, I was not knowing as to he was doing it for atonement or whatever he was doing it for. To me, it is drawing an attention to an incident, a serious incident which has taken place in the state, in which he may feel that the proper investigation was not being done and proper precautionary measures were not taken for the security of the students, especially the lady students. So this is, to me, as a police officer, as a retired police officer, I see it as that, and it has brought. He has probably served his purpose, because You are today discussing this incident on your show, and maybe it will be discussed on many other channels also in days to come. So this particular incident will probably wake up the government, will wake up the society to this kind of an incident, and that proper action should be initiated and proper legal action should be taken against the perpetrators of crime. Shreya.